Hello, everybody, welcome back. It's the Winky Gamer, and yeah, we are back for some more Clan Capital. I'm sorry I did not post last week. I was on vacation, and I did Clan Capital right before, so I didn't really have time to edit. But it is going to be a relatively long video, as you can probably see, because it is combining 2 weeks, and as I promised, it is more and more playing. We have in the first week me, Bro Basher, and Kraken, and the second week me and Kraken. So starting off with the first attack, we have Brawl Basher starting off. He breaks the wall on the left side, actually, trying a different strategy, and places sneaky archers and barbarians and giants. Drops the heal spell a little bit late because most of the things are already gone, but that's fine. Also, the heal spell was a bit too far up, and then he drops the battle ram on the bottom and the battle ram on the right, which is a tad bit excessive because that means in total he's going to be using 4 battle rams over the course of this entire game, which is, it's not really ideal because it's not needed. Moving on with the next attack, we have Brawl Basher again, and again he's trying some sneaky archer strategy, which I really don't think it's going to do much, but I'll let him try it. He drops a singular barbarian in, which is complete waste. That's fine, I guess. He drops giants all around so that they can tank, then drops the heal spell in a decent spot and not too late, drops a battle ram to take out the wall on the super wizard tower, and just places the rest of his barbarians in to take out all the defenses in there. At the beginning, before he started the attack, I was getting a little worried that he wouldn't two-shot it, but by the end it looked pretty fine. Moving on to the barbarian camp, I'm going to be attacking here as I've developed a pretty good strategy, and yeah, if you've seen the title of the video, there are some crazy new strategies we've thought of in the past couple of weeks, and we've been utilizing them like crazy. So, of course, like always, dropping in 2 battle rams, an extra barbarian over there to take out the spear thrower, and I'm getting ready to drop the heal spell, and this heal spell is always pretty crucial because it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's not really like that important that it heals so much, but right there, as I placed, it's a good heal spell, which covers a lot of that area where there's a lot of troops that we're aimed to attack this time, like those cannons, those spear throwers. That's what we're aiming to destroy in this attack, and I'm just dropping my giants and barbarians behind them, hoping to get as much destruction as I can, and it just gets better and better on barbarian camp every time we attack. We just get like tons and tons of destruction, and I am absolutely melting District Hall with my 5-6 barbarians, and I still have all 3 giants alive. They take out the spear thrower and they take out the air defense, and just like that I am set up for the next attack. I honestly did not think they would do this well, but of course when they get over there, the 2 bomb throwers, multi-cannons, and everything like that just absolutely melts them. Then, if you don't know the strategy yet, we place a giant and then a couple of barbarians behind it to take out that air defense up at the top, and then I place a battle ram and a couple of things behind it to take out that spear thrower over there, and then I just place minions. Minions basically just take out the entire area over here because there's no more air defenses left after I've taken those 2 out. Of course, heal spelling the water and letting the minions do the rest of the work. Moving on to the next attack, we have Capital Peak, and I'm attacking again, developing my new strategy, which is placing minions over there, just taking out the outside buildings as much as they can, which is actually cheaper than barbarians because they can fly and they're just faster than super barbarians and cheaper to take out, so that's what we do. And this time I get lucky because 1 minion splits and goes to the left side. Ideally, I would like to have there to be 2 minions, but 1 minion is technically fine. And yeah, as you can see, I'm just gaining destruction on the outsides, not really pushing much. And right when they destroy that building, not right when they destroy that building apparently, I do drop another minion horde over there to take out the right side, which of course, as we learned, this strategy is minion proof. I don't know how to say that, but minions can attack it. And then dropping a giant with a couple of barbarians behind it to take out the stuff on the left. Now this is my new strategy. Then I drop a heal spell and a barbarian, battle ram to take out the wall in the Capital Peak, setting it up for the next attack. While the giants and barbarians are taking out the stuff on the left side, minions are taking out the stuff on the top and the bottom. So this is honestly a really viable strategy that we do end up using for the next, for tons of attacks, and we will use it from now on. This is the big strategy I was talking about that we developed over these past 2 weeks, and it is crazy, guys. With one attack, you can take out the entire outside. And although we have not developed a strategy yet to take out the entire inside in one attack, effectively two-shotting Capital Peak, we are working on that. I'm pretty sure we've tried maybe 4 times already to do that, but yeah, it doesn't work. It's just difficult. Capital Hall has so much health that it makes it difficult to take everything else out. Moving on to the next attack, we have Brawl Basher. And yeah, I forgot to mention Kraken would be joining a little later. So we have Brawl Basher placing 2 Batter Rams, one on the top, one on the bottom. Then placing a Giant and a couple of Barbarians on every interval so that we can start getting attacks. He originally suggested we should do 4 Batter Rams, one by the Spear Thrower and the top right as well. But I suggested against it because then we just wouldn't have enough troops. Then he drops the heal spell in a very good spot. And he's just gaining destruction with everything here. And yeah, as you can see, just not enough troops. But he told me that the Spear Thrower would taken everything out, like the cannon, everything except the Spear Thrower. So he told me if there wasn't a Spear Thrower, then we could have taken out Capital Hall and one-shotted it. But as you'll see later on, that doesn't work. Then he just finishes up this attack and does the next attack to finish off Capital Peak. Moving on to the next raid, we have me attacking the Wizard Valley, and as you can see, this one is a doozy. Not only do they have those 3 Spear Throwers, but they also have the air defense and the 2 Wizard Towers up top, and trust me, this is not even the hardest Wizard Valley raid you can get. Starting off, I'm just doing it like we do normally, placing the Batter Rams, Giants behind, and another Batter Ram to take out the Wizard Tower wall. And the reason I don't place it on the right is, of course, if you can't see, there is those extra defenses. And honestly, I do not think we need it with that heal spell. Of course, heal spells aren't that strong at level 1, but it is doing something. I placed most of my barbarians to take out those spear throwers, which probably wasn't the best idea. As we develop later on, you just place a giant to tank first, and a couple of barbarians to be behind it, and that works much better than me wasting a lot of barbarians here. But yeah. And moving on to the next attack, if you can see, Kraken has joined us for this attack. So he starts off placing a giant, couple of barbarians behind it to take out the rest of the stuff in there. And he's doing pretty good, just gaining a lot of destruction. And then he drops a heal spell, places a barbarian far on the left to take out the buildings over there, and then drops a giant, a couple of barbarians behind it to start taking out the stuff in there. Then drops a batter ram on the right side, places some barbarians, a giant, and more barbarians behind it. Could have staggered the barbarians a little bit more behind the giant, but I personally think it's fine. And yeah, that was kind of a fail. I feel like Kraken just needed to place things a little bit faster, because if you place like one giant and a barbarian and then just wait and place more stuff behind it, the giant's already going to be gone and barbarians, so you're just slowly putting in things, and it would be better to put in large amounts of things. Of course with strategy, but large amount of things so they can just swarm. Anyways, moving on to the next attack, where it's pretty self-explanatory and we just finish it up here. Moving on to the next attack, Barbarian Camp with Kraken, and if you noticed, I skipped most of it, but it's basically the same, but he destroyed the wall, and going in with the same strategy, destroying all the defenses, and just getting as much destruction on this one as we can, trying to set it up well for the next attack. And this one, he has a little bit of a shortage of barbarians, just like maybe 4, but he still does have 3 giants with a really sustainable amount of health, which can tank for the barbarians taking out District Hall, and then, yeah, just finish it off. And then we have me going in to finish off the Barbarian Camp, with of course my signature minion strategy, placing the Barbarian on the bottom, then the Giant on the top, followed by a couple of Barbarians. I honestly feel like I should wait a little bit to place those Barbarians from the Giant, just stagger it a little bit, on the top I'm talking about, because I placed the barbarians too early, and then they just get targeted first instead of the giant. Heal spell in the water and finishing off the attack. Pretty self-explanatory. No, this is not the end of our raids, but Kraken was full on capital gold, so we decided to contribute towards the army camp. So now we have a level 2 army camp, which, guess what it gave us? 5 extra slots, which is basically 1 extra barbarian, but that's fine, I guess. We have Kraken going into Capital Peak, and I kind of taught him the starting off strategy to take out the entire outside, so hopefully he does it well. This time, the minions split 2 on the left side, which is actually, I think, more ideal for, like, destroying the outside, because on the bottom, they that one minion, that one time kind of tanked on the bottom left, so I had to place an extra barbarian to help, and dropping the heal spell in really early on that side, on the left side. We're going to take out all the stuff, but a beautiful placement for that heal spell. I skipped ahead because most of it would be boring, but he's attacking the left side just like I taught him to, placing the giant and the barbarians following behind it. And on the right, some of the minions, most of them actually went towards the Capitol Hall, so most of them got hit by the Eagle Artillery. But on the left, they are doing great. They took out the wall and just destroying all that stuff while being healed. And he also did place a batter ram on the bottom of the capital, of the inside area, which is what I'm gonna call it. And honestly, I feel like this is much better than placing it on the outside, because on the bottom is kind of crucial because there's 2 air defenses and 2 cannons, versus on the side where there's just like a cannon, and in the near vicinity a spear thrower. All of the things, the barbarians and a couple minions finishing the stuff out on the outside, which is just what we want, ending off the attack. And here we go with Brawl Basher finishing it off, and this is what I was talking about, giving him his second chance to show me that 3 battle rams work, actually 4 battle rams work in total at taking out the Capitol Hall. And he places the giants on all flanks, placing the barbarians, and a giant on the bottom with 1 barbarian. And that's the reason I was against 4 battle rams, because there's just so many openings, you don't have enough troops to place them everywhere. And yeah, that was even worse than last time. So, your point does not stand anymore, Brawl Basher. So, Brawl Basher wanting to redeem himself from his last attack, and this was also his last attack, going in, and of course, he gets the 3-star this time with just so many troops, it's overwhelming Capital Peak, with sneaky archers taking out the cannon on the bottom, and yeah, GG. Here you see the next raid's Wizard Valley, and I have no clue what happened. I'm pretty sure I just lost the recording. So, moving on to the Barbarian Camp. Starting off, I think this is me. Yeah, this is me, like always. But if you notice, this is not a regular Barbarian Camp. They have a custom layout and some extra upgrades, dropping a heal spell in an absolutely amazing spot, except I could have dropped it a tad bit more to the right, but other than that, a really great spot. Dropping giants and barbarians in to try to take out all of that massive defenses, which is going to be really difficult to take out. And I have no clue why I took minions here. I'm pretty sure I misclicked. And yeah, in these couple minutes, I was making some big mistakes. There was 1 barbarian, and there was nothing that could hit District Hall. So basically, District Hall is absolutely free. Now I know why I took minions, and that is so I can take out the super giant posts. I'm actually really smart, wow. Yeah, and at this point I was absolutely insane at strategizing. Never mind, I was not messing up. And those minions were just taking out the giants really slowly. But yeah, that's basically it. Moving on, we placed the heal spell there, placing 2 giants and some barbarians behind it to take out all that massive stuff, because that's basically the big bulk of this attack, and we have Kraken doing it. So just waiting for them to take out stuff, and he has not placed his heal spell yet. That was the heal spell from last game, which had been placed and was really well placed. Placing some extra barbarians to take out those cannons, and he hesitates here for a bit, but then places a giant behind and some more barbarians. While the spear throwers lock onto the giant, the barbarians take out the spear throwers and stuff like that. Then drops the heal spell beautifully on that other mass, which was basically the second kind of bulk of the attack, and all he needed to do here was take out that air defense and that spear thrower, and then he could place the minions and just finish up the attack, which is exactly what happened. And then, yeah, as you can see, the Wizard Valley, which I actually earlier thought that I had lost the recording or something. It was actually, we decided to attack the Barbarian camp first because it was easier. As you can see, this one has the 3 Spear Throw upgrade, the 2 Wizard Tower upgrade, and they have an extra upgrade, making this super difficult. We have Kraken attacking here. He opens that wall on the side, placing Barbarians on the outsides, Giants and Barbarians, taking out that raid card. The heal spell was a tad bit off-placed, but that's fine. He has a mass amount of Barbarians inside, trying to just do as much as he can. And not too bad, not too bad. We decided not to attack from the right side, from the right bottom, like we always do, because of there being just so many troops over there, and it would be much easier to take them out. We're getting District Hall absolutely for free. Well, all of them are getting healed up by the heal spell. Then they just go in and get as much destruction as they can. And just like that, that is the end of week 1. I'm contributing more, cleaning up Barbarian Camp, just contributing towards a couple of small things. And that will probably be the last of it for now. And then I'm going into Wizard Valley to contribute towards these runes over here, which I'll be contributing towards in the next couple of times. And just like that, we are on to this week, starting off the raid with Wizard Valley. And just like the last one, this one is also really difficult, but we honestly do pretty good with it. Dropping a heal spell in with the Barbarian, Battle Ram, Giants, and stuff like that. The heal spell was a bit meh placed, but that's fine. And I'm attacking here, by the way. Dropping some more Barbarians in on the inside, just trying to get basically as much as we can on the inside before moving on to the outsides. And overall ending up with a really solid attack, setting us up absolutely greatly for the next ones ahead. Moving on to the next attack, I am finishing it off here, well, at least trying to, dropping a heal spell in an absolutely beautiful location, covering some of the most dangerous parts of this attack, dropping 2 Giants, Barbarians, and a Battle Ram on the side. Honestly, the Barbarians I could have staggered a tad bit more, but the defenses did lock onto the Giants quick enough because they are spear throwers and they are quick. They have a lot of range. So I did not want to use too many troops here, trying to just get that raid cart, and I absolutely melted it. And of course, as I said, I'm conserving on troops here, just seeing what I can do with the amount that I have placed. And then I'm just waiting, seeing what we can do. I drop a Battle Ram to take out that wall on the other defense area, and there's a lot of mines over there, and I got scared that the Battle Ram would not make it, but it did. Then I just dropped the rest of my troops in there, successfully getting that side. And I did end up having troops left over, but it wasn't enough to actually do any damage. Moving on to the next attack, we have me finishing it off again, and 3-shotting Wizard Valley. I feel like that was pretty decent. There's not really much need for strategy here, just dropping in all my Barbarians, Battle Ramming some random walls, of course, like always, and then just finishing it off. And just to mention, this week is just me and Kraken. So Kraken is starting off Barbarian Camp, and it's honestly, Barbarian Camp is really, it doesn't have much variation. When it does, I try to show it, but when it doesn't, I just basically skip through the entire thing until there's some interesting parts. Kraken did absolutely beautiful on the first attack, as you can see, taking out so much, but then I had Wi-Fi issues, so I basically just lagged out of the entire game. But here's a recap for you guys. Basically, if you don't already know, he placed Giants and Barbarians over there, trying to take out stuff, and then just placed minions all around to finish it off. Pretty self-explanatory. And then, again, we have defaults on the capital peak, so I just do the same strategy with the minions and what we do normally. And a truly sensational attack. I did so well that I had 8 Barbarians left over in the end after taking out the entire outside, but they didn't get anything on the inside, of course, because they couldn't break through the walls. And then we have Kraken, and again we're left with a situation where we have taken out the entire outside and it's just left for the inside, and we're trying to one-shot it. Kraken starting off with Batarams on the outsides, good. Dropping Giants and then Barbarians behind them, and just trying to gain as much destruction as he can. But the crucial thing that he missed was the heal spell. As you will see, he places the heal spell too late, which causes most of his troops to just perish without being healed at all. And as you can see, he only has 4 Barbarians left in his inventory. Yeah, I don't really know what to call it. But then he drops the heal spell over there, and he drops the Giant and the 4 Barbarians, just trying to deal as much damage as they can to Capital Peak. And again, this was a fail. And I'm not saying Kraken did poorly or anything, but this is like, what, the 3rd time, 4th time we've been doing this, and we have never been able to one-shot it. But then he goes and just finishes it off. And now here we go with the Wizard Valley of the next raid. These guys are not quite as upgraded as the other ones, which is of course great news for us. I'm starting off like we normally do, trying to just get as much destruction on the inside as we can, and I get a pretty fair good amount. And the thing here I tried was placing 4 Barbarians, which I have left in my inventory, trying to take out that massive Spear Throwers, because I knew, as you can tell, I already have plenty more than enough on the inside to take out all that stuff, so I might as well take out the Spear Throwers for next game, and then just follow, trying to get as much destruction as I can. Moving on to the next attack, we have Kraken finishing it off for me, and it's really not too difficult. He places a Barbarian on the outside, and there's only a couple of buildings left. We actually strategized this insanely, but then we realized the amount of troops we had. We could just easily overwhelm them. Placing 2 Giants with Barbarians behind them to take out the Spear Throwers, and 2 Giants on the other side with a heal spell and Barbarians behind them to finish off Wizard Valley. And then we had their Barbarian camp with only 2 attacks left, and I was laughing so hard at this layout. I mean, this is just hilarious. Impossible, of course, for 2 attacks, at least I think. And we have Kraken starting off, trying to just do what he can, and he places a Bataram, like he should, with a Giant and a couple of Barbarians behind it, trying not to use too much of his troop supply on this little kind of defense spot, because there's clearly a larger one to focus on. Then Kraken places a Bataram in the corner with the heal spell, which he placed first. Really good. Some Giants, Barbarians, and just sprinkling them in, just trying to do something there. And honestly, it's alright. If the Barbarians didn't just randomly stagger towards the outsides, then he probably could have gotten the multi-cannon. But yeah, that's kind of an end to that attack, and now I'm going. Hopefully it will be better. And here I have 3 Giants and 13 Barbarians, something that we do in common, but there's no need for a Bataram. It's probably not even going to make it to the wall. Placing a double heal spell, which actually did insane in this game. Spamming the Giants, the Barbarians, and I sprinkled some on the outsides, just trying to gain some of those buildings, in case Brobash and Kinoman or Leo would follow up these attacks. And yeah, the double heal spell was doing insane work here. As you can tell, those Barbarians trying to take out District Hall in the middle are just getting insanely healed. But of course, when all the rest of the troops perish, the double heal spell is just not enough for all of those defenses, and then we just get overwhelmed. But yeah, that is basically it. I am contributing all of my 9,000 towards those ruins I've been contributing for the past couple times, because I feel like those would really help on Wizard Valley. They're really annoying to fight against, and yeah, they're really good. So yeah guys, 2 weeks, please watch this. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. This took me so long, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, have fun, and I'll see y'all next time.